What is all
Woo!
this? This
New animation, new us. We are feeling it.
This is new to me.
Back.
It seemed like almost an eternity.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, it's been about a month and a half.
It
maybe?
has been. We've taken a good hiatus.
Yeah.
AKA, I've taken a good hiatus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, guys.
one person's been working, the other one hasn't.
So, sorry about the little bit of a break. We've been kind of having differing schedules. So
Yeah.
we finally got together. We're filming this on a Saturday night. So it's easier to film on the weekends. Maybe we'll start doing this more often, filming on the weekends. Maybe having fewer episodes, more spread out. But we're definitely going to
keep you informed.
Yeah, we haven't forgot about you guys.
Don't think about it. Don't
what to
worry
watch.
about it.
Feels good to be back and talking about
Thank
movies.
you for having me back, not replacing me.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the replacement you could have had.
Yeah, we could. I almost replaced you with like a, I don't know, a woman.
That would have
been.
You
Maybe
could have got that chimpanzee that picked the pick for the
It's
cult.
orangutan.
Orangutan.
Yeah,
I'm so
they're
sorry.
They're different.
Oh, my bad.
They're
sorry.
different.
Don't mean to offend you, chimpanzees.
All our
out there.
chimpanzee watchers.
I'm sorry about you.
They don't all
FSU.
look the same.
Excuse me. You know what? Hey, you know what?
Orangutans look more like me in the hair department.
So, on the movie news, what you got there for us, baby?
All right, so we're going to talk about movie news. We'll get to reviews toward the end of the episode. But right now, we're talking about a little Seth Rogen news drop. We're talking about Seth Rogen and The Lonely Island are apparently working on a movie about a music festival that goes terribly wrong. Seth Rogen announced this on Twitter today, or I guess technically yesterday at the point we're filming this, based on the catastrophe that was the Fire Festival. That's YRE, it's not IRE. Nope. They were trying to do this festival in the Bahamas, and it just went terrible. It went terribly wrong. People were spending $10,000.
A lot of bad weather, everything. Anything. When you think of disaster, the only thing that could have made it worse is if they had a serial killer on the island killing people.
The Club Dread style.
Yeah, and then it would just been, I Know What You Did Last Summer Part 2.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Are we excited about this? Seth Rogen, Lonely Island working together?
You know what? Pop star never stopping.
Yeah.
When that came out, I hope I got that right. That was surprisingly a well done. We actually enjoyed that.
Because it could have been awful.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the commercial. I was like, I don't know, but when I sat down and watched it, I was like, it was pretty good. And Seth Rogen, to me,
it just came out with Sausage Party last year.
Sausage Party was good last year, and before that, This Is the End. He's been one of the more surprising actors and comedians that's been able to do movies. So when I see a Rogen project and I see The Lonely Island getting together, I'm looking forward to it. I personally am, because their comedic talents are pretty good. I'm still a huge fan of Neighbors and Neighbors 2. I thought both of those are well done. So I'm looking forward to see what they'll collaborate.
And lately Seth Rogen's been knocking it out. He was in Jobs a few years ago. Just great performance-wise as an actor. He had the hit with Sausage Party, and a lot of people forget that he is the executive producer on Preacher, which was a sleeper hit last year on AMC. I hear it's going to be getting more into the comic books next year, this coming up season. So it seems like Seth Rogen can do no wrong as of right now. So I'm really looking forward to this film.
Yeah.
And
he's not Adam Sandler.
He's not Adam Sandler, just kind of cashing in paychecks.
Oh, look, I'm just on Netflix now.
Yeah, and then Adam Sandler, if you're watching this, please put us in your Netflix movies.
I will do it.
Money, money, money.
Of course, anyway. And Evan Goldberg, if Evan Goldberg's working on that project,
he's got to. He's got to be somewhere involved.
It's pretty much money making goals, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so I think we both agree that we're looking forward to that. We're going to move on to the next topic. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to kind of snowball. It's been a while, so we're just kind of.
We're informing you.
Yeah.
So don't be upset.
Yeah.
Don't be upset, Internet.
Okay.
We're informing you.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments if we're going too fast. We'll try to slow it down in the next episode.
Anyway.
We just don't care.
Yeah,
No, we love you guys.
Next on the dockets.
Yeah. So we got a new image for the Dark Tower.
Nice.
Put it up right there. When you edit this later, put it up right there.
Put it right. I will.
Yahoo News showed this. Got a giant gold sticker in the corner, just in case you forget. Yahoo News did it, and Idris Elba there with a kid, and it's just, I'm so tired of images for this movie.
Yeah, where's the trailer?
Exactly. What are you doing? What are they are not marketing this movie well.
They're not.
And it comes out in August, and we were talking about this before the show. You know, we've got a trailer for Thor Ragnarok, comes out in November. We have almost 2 trailers for Justice League, comes out in November. And we have a trailer for Star Wars that comes out in December. Arguably one of the most hyped movies, at least for Stephen King fans. You know, you have a great cast with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey in the 2 lead roles. I mean, this movie should just be printing money, but they're not putting a lot of marketing behind it. A lot of people forget that it's even coming out, especially that it's coming out this soon.
Honestly, until you just said it, I forgot that it's coming out this year because it hasn't relatively been unknown. And when something, you know, we're going into next week, it's May. And we're going into that month. We're going into the 5th month of this year. So we're basically in the summer movie season. This movie's coming out still towards the heart of the summer movie season. To me, if you got something like that, it really just resonates that somehow someone in the studio is not confident in this movie. Something about it is just, and I don't know, and that's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling. But you should release something. You know, Ghostbusters did not have the best trailers, as some people may put it, but they put something out there. And in the end, the movie Ghostbusters 2 was still worse than that movie. But they still, you know, you gotta put something out there.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't inspire confidence. Like you said, you know, you get a big name like The Dark Tower.
Well, I felt the same way even about, I wasn't thinking it was going to be any good, but Chips came out in March, and like a trailer didn't show up for that, so almost February.
And we see what happened with that.
Yeah, and it's just, and kind of similar with Baywatch a little bit, just to see how that might turn out. And so, but yeah, this is, there should be something more than just a nice fancy image.
Yeah, it seems weird that you would go through the trouble of having a giant movie like, a giant IP like The Dark Tower, you know, a movie that sold millions of copies, that you would spend the money to secure an IP like this and then not advertise for it. And this is probably in some people's top 10 most anticipated movies of the year. And you're not putting any advertising next to it. It kind of sours me a little bit on the movie. It doesn't make me get excited about this movie.
It's the same too, because you got, like you said before, Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, you know, playing the lead roles. It's based off one of Stephen King's most popular books. How can you go wrong with this?
And it begs the question: if they release a trailer tomorrow, do we still feel good about the movie that it's taken this long for a trailer to drop?
You know, it depends sometimes on the trailer, because at this point, yes, I would love just to see something, just to see it, but it's hard to say it, because like you said, you mentioned before, there's a lot of movies that have trailers coming out. One of my favorite ones right now, the Kingsman 2 trailer. Kingsman 2 doesn't come out until October, and that trailer looks amazing. And it's just, that's just depends on how they do it.
And we're hoping it comes soon, and even if the trailer's good, you know, we've seen good trailers lead to bad movies. Cough, cough, Suicide Squad.
Batman v Superman.
Batman v Superman. Sorry, DC, we're not trying to call you out, but I mean, come on, make better movies. Your trailers have been great, though. Whoever's making y'all's trailers, just keep paying them money. So, Dark Tower, release a trailer.
Yes.
That's what we're getting to it. Okay, next topic. So, Ridley Scott, in an interview, talked about a little bit about Neil Blomkamp's Alien. We're talking about this obviously because Alien Covenant comes out in a few weeks.
I'm not looking forward to that.
He's not looking forward to it.
Not for the reasons that you think. I just think the Alien is the most disgusting creature ever.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Xenomorph is probably one of the...
I will see it with you. My eyes will probably be closed for about 70% of the movie. But anyway.
We'll hold hands and I'll keep you safe. But so obviously with all this Alien talk, I recently just saw Alien for the first time. Bought it on Blu-ray. Amazing film. So now I'm really excited about Ridley. Obviously, Ridley Scott's a master filmmaker. So he's coming out with this new Alien. They talked to him in an interview, and we're going to put his quote up right here. He said, quote, "I don't think it will ever see the light of day," talking about Blomkamp's Alien. "There was never a script, just an idea that evolved from a dozen or so pages. I had to participate as producer. Fox decided they didn't want to do it, and as far as I was concerned, I had already done Prometheus and was working on Covenant." So he's talking about Blomkamp's Alien. He was slated to make this new Alien, kind of reboot the franchise, get rid of Alien 3, David Fincher's Alien 3, get rid of Alien Resurrection. Ridley was still going to be alive, spoiler alert. But it kind of makes me a little sad because I'm a big fan of Neil Blomkamp. Obviously, District 9, Academy Award nominated film. You know, a lot of people didn't like Elysium. A lot of people hated Chappie. But I thought Elysium was good enough. It was obviously not as good as District 9. No. But, I mean, he had that aesthetic that I was excited to see as Alien. And now that it's not really going to happen, it makes me sad.
You know, I think the thing about Neil Blomkamp movies in general, the tone that he did, I like his tone. You know, his movies, you know, you could probably say they've kind of gone down in quality because, well, District 9 was just so up here, and the other movies just maybe not, they didn't reach that height. But I thought when they announced him doing it, I thought like, oh wow, you know, this is the right direction that they're trying to take, you know, to reboot Alien. If you're gonna reboot Alien, because that's basically what they were trying to do, that's probably the best way to do it. Because most people, when they talk about the Alien movies, it's usually Alien and Aliens, James Cameron's Aliens. And so coincidentally, that's more popular than Alien, especially with the Game Over man who would play.
Depending on if you're more of a horror fan or if you're more of an action fan, because those are really two different kinds of movies.
Those are two different kinds of movies. And late Bill Paxton was the one that said that quote. But it's sad because I remember being really excited about that, even though, you know, I'm not the biggest Alien fan. I was like, oh wow, you know, Neil Blomkamp is going to do a great job with it, and I'm really looking forward to it. But however, it's good to see Ridley Scott getting back into the movie that really kind of set his career out there. And from everything I've seen so far from Alien Covenant, with my eyes open, it has the potential. It does not look like an Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. It's another prequel. Matter of fact, I would even say just from some early stuff that I've seen, it looks a bit better than Prometheus. Because Prometheus, I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I just thought the pacing was just very... It took a while to get there, and so this hopefully
had me yelling at the screen, "Run to the side!"
Yep.
Just run to the side.
Yep. And you want to talk about a movie make me mad? That's a movie that made me mad because when I found out, I was like, "Xenomorphs are in it!"
Yeah, you were mad.
My popcorn, but anyway, yeah, it's one of those things that you would just love to see what it could have been. Because really, honestly, both movies could have existed side by side. Ridley Scott could have did his. He could have did his own version. They could have. They didn't. I mean, Ridley Scott's are prequels, and that was just going to be another rebooted sequel. So they could have worked side by side, kind of like what Disney's doing with the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I don't see why they couldn't do a television series and have Neil Blomkamp be the executive producer or writer for that. Have him write a pilot and then run it on FX or something.
That would have been fantastic.
That would have been really good. Could you imagine an FX Alien television series with the way FX has been lately? I know they would get the right people to do it.
They would. They've done an excellent job with the Fargo series, Strain, all their series.
We can go all day. And he already has, Ridley Scott already has the sequel for, for Covenant written, so it doesn't look like he's going to give it up anytime soon. No. So if he really wants to do Alien like a television series, probably would be better.
That would be the best thing to do, especially, and I give kudos to Ridley Scott because that's a lot they never meant to put on him, but the fact that he already has the script written, he already knows how he wants to do it short, it won't take that long for him to film the sequel to this movie. Hopefully Alien Covenant does turn out to be a well-done, well-received movie, because if it's not, it just makes it seem like maybe they should just let Neil do it.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope that he's not doing it just for the payday. I mean, obviously Ridley Scott, he's done so much now that he could just write his own paycheck at this point. But if he's already written this, you know, Prometheus only came out a few years ago. He's already coming out with Covenant, and he already has a script written for the new one. It shows that he's actually a little excited for this movie, or Fox is just paying him a bunch of money to write these scripts. I hope it's the former instead of the latter.
Yeah,
but one thing that I noticed in the article that was released about this, he did bring up the fact that eventually he'd want to bring Ripley back into the franchise, but that he would want to de-age Sigourney Weaver via CGI, like a la Robert Downey Jr. I can't talk. Robert Downey Jr. in the Avengers, or not the Avengers, but Captain America: Civil War. I don't know how I feel about that.
If for certain scenes, I'm okay with it. For a whole movie, no. Yeah. Because even when they did General Tarkin for Rogue One, you just knew looking at him like that doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem. If it was just certain scenes that he was in, perfectly fine. Yeah. Same thing when they did the digital remaster of Leia. You were like, oh wow, that was really cool.
But you know, if they bring back Sigourney Weaver, Alien fans are going to want her to be a big part of the movie.
Of course.
So you run the risk of having that CGI technology in the front lines of for everybody to see for long extended periods of time. So either the technology is going to have to get better, or they're going to have to minimize her role in the movie. And it doesn't feel like the latter feels right. If you see Ripley finally back in an Alien movie, you want her to be a big part of it.
And you know what? It's kind of interesting if Ridley Scott's going to do it. When can he do this? Because Sigourney Weaver has already signed on for those Avatar sequels.
Exactly.
Those are going to start filming, and they want to film those back to back to back to back. Although they don't come out from a few years from now, still, her time's going to be dedicated to that. So Ridley Scott wants to do it. Ridley, you need to go ahead and buckle down, go ahead and get her right now if you want to. Otherwise, I had to get her the actress.
I'm just glad to see Sigourney Weaver still getting work. She makes me so happy, especially after Finding Dory, when she's just, hello, I'm Sigourney Weaver. Oh. It just made me so happy.
It is.
Anytime you're not expecting Sigourney Weaver and you get Sigourney Weaver, it's just a great day. All right, so we've talked about Alien. Obviously really excited about the movie coming out. During our break, obviously, you and I watch movies. That doesn't stop, no matter if we have a show or not.
Never.
So we watched some movies, and we wanted to talk about some of the movies that we watched during the break. I understand you watched the movie that came out this week, The Circle. Want to talk about it?
The Circle. I was really intrigued. As I told you before, I was really intrigued. This is the new Emma Watson, Tom Hanks, John Boyega film about basically Tom Hanks plays a version of Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, where he has a social networking company.
So you're saying he's rich?
He's rich.
He's rich. Okay.
And he wants to know your privacy.
Oh.
And the movie, I'll just get to the TLDR for those who don't understand too long, didn't read. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's definitely not something I would tell people to go see in movie theaters right now. Honestly, I would tell you to either go see a movie that you haven't seen, either Fate and Furious 8, or...
Which I loved. I know we didn't get to do a review on that. I loved Fate and the Furious.
Fate and the Furious, which I would recommend to go see. Or save your money for this coming up week for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be good, too. The acting is fantastic. Emma Watson, she's definitely set herself out to be one of the bright, young actresses that we're going to be enjoying and talking about. She'll win a Golden Globe. She's going to win an Emmy.
She's not just Hermione anymore.
She's not Hermione anymore. This is not your Hermione anymore. She's really set herself apart. And Tom Hanks is still, you know what to get from Tom Hanks.
Yes.
He plays a pretty good, for someone who plays the villain, he plays a pretty, he's a very energetic, charismatic character. You like
yeah.
For me, the standout is, and he's the standout, but also most disappointing, John Boyega, his character. Another one I have to say that I was impressed with him, The Force Awakens. Yeah. He, I think, is going to have a good career going forward because he's trying to set himself out from that character from Finn. And here he plays a very well-likable person. I don't want to give out too many details because he's in it, but it disappoints me because everything that you've seen from the commercials and the trailers, that's pretty much all that John Boyega you're going to get because he's gone for most of half the movie.
How many Tom Hanks do you get these?
Tom Hanks, my goodness. From, let's see, if I had to rate on a scale of Da Vinci Code Inferno to Philadelphia, this falls within that one where The Lady Killers.
Oh, okay. The Coen brothers. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a Coen Brothers movie?
That's a Coen Brothers movie. It's not a good Coen Brothers movie.
Okay.
It's a Coen Brothers movie, though.
Okay, sorry. That was what came up with mind. Yeah.
So you talked about a movie that came out this week. I'm going to talk about a movie that came out this week. This one's on Netflix, so you can check it out right now. Obviously, you can check out The Circle as well. But right now, in your own living room, you can watch a movie called Casting JonBenet. That came out last night. Obviously, this is kind of a documentary about the murder of JonBenet Ramsey in 1996. The killer still hasn't been caught. A lot of people thought it was the parents. A lot of people thought it was the brother. There's a lot of he said, she said. This movie doesn't really pin it on one person, but it does kind of give you a new perspective on it by they're trying to cast this documentary cast this movie. They cast the parents, they cast JonBenet, obviously, they cast the brother, the chief of police, and all of these people live in the town of Boulder where the murder took place. So while they're casting all these parts, these people are telling their stories, how they experienced the murder, and it kind of gives this perspective of the town. And it was really well shot. It was really well told. It was interesting to see how these people went into playing these parts of these people that they maybe have met, maybe never met before, and just heard of. It was, and they were all playing them differently. So it was really interesting to see. The movie doesn't really pick a side. It just kind of presents you with all the facts and kind of lets you into this world that was the JonBenet Ramsey murder. Thought it was really good. I give it, I guess out of the Tom Hanks thing, I would probably give it a Philadelphia.
And, you know,
it's a really great movie.
I've been hearing a lot of buzz about it. I've been seeing people talk about it on Facebook. I've seen a lot of people just talk about in general how well done it is. Yeah. It's something I definitely have to check it out. Need to check that out. I guess I should check out 13 Reasons Why. Because
13 Reasons Why, obviously.
Because obviously I've been hearing a lot about that stuff as well.
Yeah, a lot of people around the station have been telling me to watch 13 Reasons Why, and I'm just like, guys, do you realize how much TV and movies I watch on a regular day basis? I don't have time for this.
I feel bad because Tyler's the one I told him I was going to binge it this weekend, and I have not. And I was like, I'm going to do my best to binge it, man. He said, please do, because that way I can, talk about it without,
Yeah, Tyler's one of our PAs here, and he's, he's got really good taste, and I feel bad that we weren't able to, geek out about 13 Reasons Why.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The reason why is I've been.
How many are there? How many reasons why? Are there 13?
I've been playing a lot of Zelda.
Yeah.
That's not a good reason.
That's fair.
So, but
we did get to talk about the new Kendrick Lamar album, and that was great.
Well, that was good. Yeah, we did do that.
But yeah, another film I wanted to talk about was a horror movie. Me and my girlfriend sat down and watched it. We're big horror fans. It's a movie called The Void. It's a small horror film. I released a quick review of it up on our Facebook page, so you can check that out now to get my kind of fuller than what I'm going to talk about now. Great film, really low budget horror movie, but these guys, the directors of this movie, are from a special effects background, so they made all the monsters, and it's definitely a lot of prosthetics, a lot of real makeup, and old-fashioned horror that I like to see, not a whole lot of CGI. It's really scary, it's really original, kind of reminded me a lot of the Silent Hill video games, maybe older Resident Evil where you're trapped in one location, you can't get out. It's really scary, and that's what you want in a horror movie nowadays. You can check it out on Amazon Video. It's on video on demand right now. So
I'm definitely gonna check it out because I saw your review about it. I was like, oh, I need to check that out. So
I give it a Tom Hanks villain character out of Cloud Atlas. That scary.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Wow.
That dude was scary.
You're not gonna do like a Forrest Gump? Lieutenant Dan lost his legs?
Jesus, no, Forrest Gump is not scary to me.
Okay, yeah.
It's such a good movie though.
Okay, but yeah, but still, no.
Watch Forrest Gump if you haven't seen Forrest Gump. Jeez.
Yeah, you should really go see that. That's a great
1994.
That's a great Robert Zemeckis movie. Best picture, right?
Yeah, and he might. And real quick, Robert Zemeckis rumored he's in talks to direct The Flash. So
the movie The Flash?
Yeah, the very same. And
so is he going to get Eric Estrada to play as the Flash? That would be great.
Maybe. He's going to get Tom Hanks to be the Flash. They already cast the Flash. They're not going to read
Tom Hanks to be Reverse Flash. Hey, what's going on there? He's like,
hey, I go in reverse.
You think? You're so fast, Flash.
I moonwalk.
And Flash. And I get you. Please let it be Jeff Goldblum, so that way he can just say, "What you see."
Yep.
The thing about it is, first there was nothing. Now there's everything. Doppelgangers here, there, everywhere. Everywhere.
I'm so excited to see him in Jurassic World too. I'm so glad.
Oh, dude, I'm excited to see him in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok. Still haven't forgiven him for Independence Day. God, I felt so bad about it.
I've got a quick note. I know we did a review about it last year, and I talked about like, hey, I really like this movie. I went back and watched Independence Day. What's it called?
Resurgence, but it might as well be Regurgence.
I was just gonna say, oh, that's even better. I was gonna say Revengerance, but no, I saw the second Independence Day. Wow. I don't know what I was thinking when I saw that in the theater. I think it was just more so like...
You were just swept up.
I think I was just swept up. I was like, Peyton doesn't like it. I know I will. No, I sat down.
She just tried to like it because you knew I hated it.
I sat down and watched that again. I was like, this is a bad
It's
movie.
not good.
It's a bad movie. I watched it with my mother, and she was just like, why are we watching this?
It made me angry.
It
made
did.
me physically angry.
She was getting mad because she was like, when is this going to end?
I was thinking the same thing in the theater.
And the only time she's ever said that is when we saw the third Transformers movie.
Yep.
I bought that on Blu-ray. She was just like, okay, when is this going to end? Are they going to die or not?
You can tell we haven't filmed in a while because we're doing a lot of, real quick, we got to talk about this.
We gotta talk about this.
Oh yeah. Obviously, we're still excited about a lot of stuff, and we're going to keep you up to date with a lot of stuff. If you want to keep up to date, follow us on Facebook at WRBL. What2watch.com. That's not right.
Follow us at multiple websites, social media sites. Just search for us at What to Watch at WRBL.com. Just click on the Watch tab. You'll see it right there, What to Watch. You get all the latest episodes. You can also follow us on Facebook. Just search for What to Watch. YouTube, search for What to Watch. Instagram, just search for What to Watch. Twitter, What to Watch.
One word. People keep asking me. It's one word. What to watch. I know.
What to Watch. W2W, not W2W. W2W. What to Watch. You'll be able to find us anywhere. Please tweet at us, comment, like, share.
Keep the conversation going. We're movie fans just like you guys. So just talk. Let's talk about stuff.
We'll talk about it. The next big one we'll be talking about is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Obviously, super excited.
Definitely. You know what? For the longest time, I was going to say Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's going to be the movie that's going to kick off summer. But so far, this year has been a really good movie. I was just thinking about that a few days ago. Since M. Night Shyamalan's Split. Shanahan. I've been watching too much NFL draft. Split, which is getting a sequel to called
Glass.
About that. And that's going to be, there's supposedly... Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis are going to reprise their characters from Unbreakable, which I always thought was an underrated movie in the first place. But there's so much going on. But the reason I brought that up is because this has been a really good year for movies, and we're going to continue up with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which looks very promising.
It's going to keep on going.
It's a good start.
We got Wonder Woman coming up, and
Wonder Woman.
So we got a lot of stuff to cover, guys. Remember, just follow us at all the stuff on social media, like and subscribe to this video, and just help us out. And we'll keep bringing you up to date with all the movie news that we can.
We will.
Yeah,
we will.
Yeah, I don't really have an exit for this. I don't really.
Sometimes you don't even have to have an exit. Sometimes. It's kind of like
we could do a Sopranos where we just cut to black.
I don't like that because really you think he's going to get killed and he just looks up and it just goes.